Give me 35 seconds to destroy the biggest lie you've been sold about attraction. You think women chase the guy with the perfect body, the six-pack abs, the chiseled jawline, the expensive car. But here's what actually happens in her brain. She meets that perfect-looking guy. She's impressed for about 5 minutes. Then he opens his mouth. He's needy. He's performing. He's trying too hard. And every drop of attraction evaporates. Meanwhile, the guy who looks average but carries himself with real presence, she can't stop thinking about him. Because female psychology doesn't work the way fitness influencers tell you it does. Her brain isn't scanning for perfection. It's scanning for signals, behavioral signals, psychological triggers, energy patterns. And when those triggers activate, she doesn't just find you attractive. She starts chasing you. Today, I'm revealing the exact psychological traits that make her pursue you. Not your body, not your money. You. And if you've been focusing on the wrong things, this changes everything. Here's the truth. Most men never learn. Women are attracted to presence, not perfection. Think about the last time you were talking to someone who was completely distracted, half on their phone, eyes wandering around the room, clearly not listening. How did that make you feel? Probably pretty forgettable. Now imagine the opposite. Someone giving you their complete, undivided attention, like you're the only person in the world at that moment. That's magnetic. And it's rare as hell. When you give a woman your full presence, something activates in her psychology. She feels valued. She feels seen. She feels like she matters. And that feeling is more powerful than any six-pack could ever be. Most men think they need to impress her with stories or accomplishments, but real magnetism isn't about what you say. It's about how you listen. It's about leaning in, making real eye contact, asking questions that show you actually care about her answers, not just waiting for your turn to talk. This communicates something deep to her subconscious. You're confident enough to be present. You're not performing. You're not chasing validation. You're simply there, and that presence makes her want to chase you. Here's another psychological trigger that most men completely miss: the ability to hold emotional tension without collapsing. Most guys panic when there's silence, when there's a pause, when emotions run high. They rush to fill it with a joke. They change the subject. They look away. But those moments of tension are where attraction lives. When you can hold eye contact during a pause, let silence linger without panicking, stay calm when emotions spike, you trigger something primal in her brain: confidence, stability, strength. She's testing whether you can handle pressure, whether you collapse under tension or stay grounded. And the man who stays grounded, that's the man she chases. Think about it from an evolutionary perspective. Her psychology is designed to find men who can stay steady when things get chaotic, not men who crumble at the first sign of discomfort. When you can sit in tension without needing to escape it, you separate yourself from 95% of men. If this is already shifting how you think about attraction, hit that subscribe button. I break down the psychology behind what actually makes women chase you every single week. And most men never learn this stuff. That's your advantage. Here's the third psychological trigger: depth over performance. Most men think magnetism comes from being the loudest guy in the room, telling the wildest stories, flexing their achievements, but that's performance. And performance creates temporary attention, not lasting attraction. What creates lasting attraction is depth. Having real passions, real opinions, real interests that go beyond surface-level small talk. Being able to talk about something you genuinely care about. A project, a book that changed you, a subject you're curious about. This triggers something in her psychology. Substance. She's constantly surrounded by men trying to impress her, men performing for validation. But the man who's secure enough to just be himself, to connect instead of impress, that's magnetic, because it shows you don't need her validation. You're already validated from within, and that internal validation is what makes her want to validate you too. It's counterintuitive, but it's how female psychology actually works. The less you need her approval, the more she wants to give it. Now here's where this gets really powerful. How you carry yourself physically affects her psychology more than how you actually look. Before you even speak, her brain is reading your body language. If you're fidgeting, staring at your phone, hunched over, tense, her psychology registers insecurity. Even if you're physically attractive, those signals kill attraction. But if you move with calm confidence, shoulders back, relaxed but purposeful, present in your body, her brain registers strength. You don't need to be the tallest or the fittest. You just need to be comfortable in your own skin. From a psychological perspective, this is huge. Your body language sets the emotional tone. If you're uncomfortable, that energy transfers to her. She feels uneasy too. But if you're relaxed and grounded, she feels safe. She feels comfortable. She feels drawn to your energy. This is why an average-looking guy with great energy beats a great-looking guy with nervous energy every single time. Her psychology responds to how you make her feel, not how you look. Here's another psychological principle that most men overlook completely. Restraint creates intrigue. In a world where everyone overshares, over-explains, overcompensates, the man who knows when to hold back stands out. If you reveal everything about yourself in the first conversation, there's nothing left to discover, no mystery, no curiosity, no reason to keep thinking about you. But when you pace it, when you let her discover you layer by layer, her psychology stays engaged. She wants to peel back the layers. She wants to figure you out, and that curiosity is what keeps her chasing. Restraint shows up in multiple ways. Not rushing physical intimacy, letting connection build naturally. Not bragging about your success, letting your actions speak for themselves. Not reacting impulsively when something frustrates you, pausing and responding with thought. This kind of self-control triggers respect in her psychology. Anyone can chase instant gratification. Anyone can blurt out everything they're thinking. But the man who can pause, hold back, and choose deliberately, that communicates strength, and strength is magnetic. Restraint isn't about being closed off. It's about knowing you don't need to prove your worth immediately. You're confident enough to let her discover it over time, and that confidence makes her want to discover it even faster. Finally, here's the psychological trait that separates temporary attraction from lasting magnetism. Consistency between words and actions. A lot of men talk a good game. They make promises. They say who they are. But when their actions don't match their words, her psychology registers dishonesty, and attraction dies. True magnetism happens when your words and actions align perfectly. That alignment builds trust, and trust is the foundation of real attraction. Consistency doesn't require grand gestures. It's in the small things, saying you'll call and actually calling, making plans and showing up, living your values daily. From a psychological perspective, this creates safety. She knows what to expect from you. And in a world full of flaky, inconsistent men, that stability makes you unforgettable. The magnetic man doesn't announce who he is. He proves it through repetition, through patterns, through showing up the same way day after day. So here's the bottom line. Female psychology doesn't chase perfection. It chases presence, it doesn't chase looks. It chases depth, it doesn't chase performance. It chases authenticity, it doesn't chase validation seeking. It chases self-assurance. You can have an average body, an average face, an average income, but if you master these psychological triggers, you become magnetic, because you're giving her something she rarely finds. A man who's actually present, actually grounded, actually himself. And when she finds that, her psychology doesn't let her walk away. She chases. Before I let you go, if this video is changing how you approach attraction, subscribe to this channel. I teach the real psychology behind what makes women pursue you, not the surface-level advice everyone else repeats. Once you understand how her brain actually works, everything changes. Stop obsessing over your body. Start mastering your presence. Stop performing for validation. Start connecting from depth. Stop trying to impress her. Start making her feel seen. Do that, and you won't need to chase anyone. They'll chase you.